Wonderful. Yay. All right, let's start by sitting up nice and straight in our seat. You want to begin to just allow for your body to connect here. And your goal is to just be present. All right. Could be a lot of things on your mind, but just start to let them go one by one. You relax the shoulders, the hands. Let the base of your body melt into the mat. Allow your feet, the soles of your feet, to also kind of just melt into the floor. Look down at your feet and make sure that they're hips width apart. You can do this by taking your two fists, pressing them together, and hugging the inner arches of your knees around your fists. Perfect. And with all your body melting and connecting, knowing that you're supported, maybe close your eyes. Begin to just follow the breath. Yoga deals with breath and body. The breath connects to the movement of the body, and the body connects to the breath. See if in the next few moments you can just do that, maybe placing your hands on your belly and just feeling this connection between body and breath. There's nothing you have to do and nowhere you have to go. And as we get ready to prepare for class, set an intention for yourself. What is it that you want to get out of class today? It doesn't have to be complex. It doesn't have to be anything in particular. There's no right or wrong. And we're going to do a collective breath together just to start to streamline our breath. On your next exhale, release all the stale air out of the body. And then inhale and breathe in to the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. You can pause for a moment and then exhale slowly. 4, 3, 2, 1. And as you pause and you let that air out, sit up a little bit taller in your seat and then bring in the next batch of air. And then exhale and release, allowing for your exhale to be longer than your inhale. And 2 more breaths like that, just to notice the rhythm, notice your capability, how far you can go with the breath. It's going to assist us throughout the practice. So and you can drop your hands down by your sides. The arms dangle. And just feel that sense of dangling in your arms. You're rolling the shoulders away from the ears. Sit up a little bit taller. Allow your neck to elongate. Take your shoulders and now shrug them up like you're saying, I don't know, and then roll them back so that your shoulder blades kind of touch each other. Inhale and breathe in, and then exhale, roll back. Inhale, breathe in, exhale, roll back. Inhale, roll back. And then reverse, lifting up, shrugging them forward. The chest kind of caves in. And do this about 4 times. Drop your chin to your chest and just sit there for a second. Notice that when you do that, your body might want to fall forward, but do your best to intentionally keep yourself sitting up. Chin to the chest. Take your right ear, bring it over towards your right shoulder. Allow that ear to rest. There is no rushing. As you're doing this, just notice the way you feel in your neck, from the way your right side feels and to your left. Chin back down to the chest, left ear to the left shoulder. Chin to the chest. Right ear to the right shoulder. Take the right fingertips, lift them up, and gently lay them on the left side of the head. Now all you're going to do is let gravity take over. Take that hand, bring it back down by your side, chin back to the center chest. Take both hands, bring them up to the top of the head, and just let the arms rest. Remember to keep the belly strong, the chest up high, vertebrae by vertebrae. Only the chin tucks into the chest. And drop your hands down by your side. Bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Left fingertips lift and lay your fingertips on the right side of your head. And breathe. Bring that hand back down by the side, chin back into the chest. Hands back on top of the head one more time, just to even yourself out. And bring your hands back down by your sides. And then actually bring your hands to your thighs. And then take your chin, lift it up like you're pointing towards the ceiling, drop your head back. Gaze is up, the breath is fluid. You can feel it kind of constrict a little bit when you do this because the neck is elongated. Take the chin, tuck it back into the chest. And then come back up. If you like, you can go in for a full roll, maybe tracing your chin to the front wall, making a circle, or going halfway, a 180-degree kind of row, like you're making a smiley face, but you're just making the mouth smile. And slowly we're going to bring our hands to the sides, lift up, reach up overhead. Gaze is up, drop the head back. Exhale, bring the hands down by the side. Chin down to the chest. Let's do that again. Inhale, chin rises with the arms. Gaze is up. And exhale, chin to the chest. Our hands come down by the side. 2 more times. It's like you're getting ready to take a bow. You're looking up to the sky, but then you're bringing your chin back down to your chest. Last one. Arms are fluid. And then hands come down, and this time they're going to come behind us. We're going to interlace the fingers, press the chest up, and draw the arms back. Shoulder blades kind of come together. If that's uncomfortable, just take your hands and place them on your sacrum. I know sometimes muscles can be tight, or sometimes you might feel like your bicep and your tricep are just getting in the way. So you can put your arms anywhere, wherever that range of motion is. And then exhale and slowly undo the hands. Undo the hands. Be gentle. We're going to take our toes, press them into the ground, lift up on our heels. And gently, with our breath connected, lower our heels down. Let's do that again. Inhale, squeeze the core as you do this, lifting up the heels, toes remain on the ground. And then exhale, lowering down. Let's do it 2 more times. And last one. Great. All right, let's lift up on the right foot. Stretch it out in front of you. Hey. Other foot. And come back. And then do the other side. Squeeze the core, lift up. Come back. And then the last one. Come back. Okay, great. Let's go in for our first flow of the class now that our body is kind of awake. Arms rise up, lift up, reach up overhead. This is our mountain pose. Look up to the top of the mountain. Gaze is up, roll the shoulders back, back bend if you like, and then exhale, slowly come forward. Belly presses onto the thighs, chin to the chest. Inhale, half lift, flat back, squeeze that core. Allow for the back, the belly muscles to wrap around the back. Think about like somebody pulling you back and you're falling forward. Exhale, lower down, belly presses back to the thighs, chin to the chest, and just relax here for a second. Maybe shake your head yes or no. If you have to do any little head rolls, this is good because your neck is decompressed. So you can take that as an opportunity too to kind of shake your arms out. And no worries, you should be completely supported by your thighs. We're going to squeeze up, half lift, flat back again. Roll those shoulders back away from the ears. We're taking off. And then we're going to bring the arms up, squeezing the core, squeezing the arms. Imagine you got a block right here. Roll those shoulders back away from the ears. You're holding that block up. 1, 2, 3, and then exhale, come back down, belly to the thighs. Now that you got all those areas kind of activated, you want to keep them involved in every flow. Press your feet into the ground, really feel your feet, the soles of your feet press into the ground, squeeze up, come in for a half lift, flat back, but then come all the way up. Rise up, gaze is up, mountain pose. And breathe. And just stay here in mountain for a second. Nothing you have to do, nowhere you have to go. Slowly bring the hands down by the side and shake it out. There we go. Let's take our hands, lift them up. Interlace the fingers, palms up towards the ceiling. Really flex those wrists. And we're going to lean over towards the right side. Pivot back with the left elbow and take the gaze up. Come back to center. We're going to lean over to the left. Pivot that right shoulder up. Gaze is up. Come back to center. Arms come down. But this time, bring them right behind you like we kind of started. Maybe you're a little looser now. And take those arms back. All right, now we're going to undo those hands. Come back up. Arms rise once again. Interlace the fingers, palms up towards the ceiling. Lean to your right. Pivot up. Look up and gaze up to your left. Come back to center. And then come to the other side. And pivot up. Come back to center. And then bring the hands down and bring them right behind you. Inhaling, breathing in, extending that chest out, but take the gaze up, drop the head back. And then undo the hands and loosen them. And shake it out. Beautiful. All right. Arms are going to come up overhead again. We're getting that arm workout. We're toning that body with our yoga. And take your right fingertips and bring them down the back body. Take your left fingertips and place them on top of the elbow. And just breathe. And this is what it looks like. You can place a little bit more pressure on the left fingertips if you want to pull that arm down or pull the right bicep closer to the ear. And then hand come up. And then bring it down on the other side. And breathe. Hands come up. Arms come to shoulders length. All right. Take the hands like you're about to sky flip the palms. Roll the shoulders up and then back. up and back. 2 times each way. And now we're going to rest those arms. Allow the blood to fall down. Let the fingertips be loose. Shake out the wrists. Beautiful. All right. Here we go. Chin back into the chest. Bring our hands onto the thighs. Okay, I'm going to turn around to the side. So we're going to come into our seated cat-cow. So chin to the chest, hands on the thighs, and we're going to protrude the back out. When I say protrude, it's going to go back towards your chair. It's going to go back behind you. And then we're going to squeeze the core. We're going to come up, press the chest forward, lifting our rib cage up, chin to the sky, gaze is up. I'm going to come back down, chin to the chest, and protruding the back out. And when we do this, this is our scared cat. And then forward we go, pressing the chest up, using the core strength, gaze is up. And this is our cow. Then add your breath to it and do 4 more. Finding the rhythm that works best for you. And come back to center. All right. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, let's take our hands, stretch them out in front of us, roll the shoulders back away from the ears. Sit up a little bit taller, almost lifting up like we're back bending, but not. So you're taking that body up in a way of which you're stable, right? So you're using this part of your body to help you stabilize your arms. You're not using your shoulders up here, okay? Take your right fingertips, wiggle your right fingertips, sky flip the palm. Take your left, pop it underneath, pull back on that hand as much as you would like. If you feel anything beyond a moderate stretch, slow down a little bit. Maybe just keep the hand facing a little bit closer towards the ceiling. And then you can begin to start breathing in, rotating each fingertip one at a time. Forward and back. On the way down to the thumb, and then pull everything back. And breathe. And let's go to the other side. Again, find that place for you. And start rotating your fingers. And then pull back all the way. And rotate the hand down. Beautiful. Let's go through a flow. Arms lift, reach up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, squeeze that core, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. Hands come down through heart center or by the side. 2 more times. Inhale, gaze up, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. Hands come up, hands come down to heart center. Last one, inhale. Exhale. You got this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Arms are going to come up, reach up overhead. You can undo the hands so that they're about parallel to each other. You got some space. If you want to bring your knees together, you can, or you can keep your feet a little bit apart, but we're going to twist over towards the right and then come back to center, twist over to the left, come back to center, twist over to the right, and then drop the hands to the outside of the right leg. Take the right hand and bring it to the chair or above, your choice, or you can just have it dangle. It's okay. And then take your gaze and look over that shoulder, looking over your right shoulder. And focus more on the breath. Remember, we started the class thinking about breath and movement and breath in our body. Notice the way your body receives the breath and the way your breath receives the body. No, go ahead. I'll be gone. Come back up, arms rise, come back to center. Take your hands, come over to the opposite side, coming over to the left. Drop the hands to the outside of the left body. Take your left hand and bring it to the chair behind you, or dropping a hand by the side or on the top of the chair. It's your choice. Look over your left shoulder. Bring your hands up, reach them up high overhead. You can undo the feet, coming back to hips width apart and go in for a flow. So inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, those arms rise. Lift up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands down by your side. You're going to take your right hand and just place it on top of the opposite leg. So your right hand on top of the opposite leg, the left. Okay. You're going to take your other hand and you're just going to bring it behind your back. All right. If you can, grab your clothes and continue to keep your body straight. You're going to feel the stretch on the left arm. If you want to go in for a bind, you can, where you grab the inner thigh. If you're not there, don't worry about it. Just grab the clothes. And breathe. Remember, most of the stretch is on the left arm. Squeeze the core. Continue to try to keep the body square in front of you. Undo that arm. And bring the hand back down, and let's do the other side. This time, the left hand comes to the right. The right hand comes behind you. It either grabs the clothes, or I would try, I can't really do on this side because my sound is right here, but you can go in for the bind, depending on how flexible you are. Goal is to try to keep your body square with the room in front of you, and just use the breath to help loosen out the arm. This also affects the back a little bit, so you'll feel the back being stretched in different places. It's subtle, but it's good. And then undo the arm and shake it out to the left and right. All right, let's open up the legs. Bring your hands to the tops of your knees. Sit up a little bit taller in your seat. Roll the shoulders back away from the ears. We're going to come forward, leaning the body forward, and then press up, dome shaping the body up. Leaning forward, breathing in, exhaling as we come back up. Forward we go, and then back up. Last one. This is going to prepare us for the pose that we're going to hold. So come back up, take your right shoulder, wiggle your right shoulder, and then drop that shoulder down the middle of your legs. Press your hand against the inner thigh or against the inner, like the really deep inner knee on the right side. You don't want to be on the top of the kneecap. You want to be like right where the inside of the thigh and the foreleg meet. Come back up, other side, roll that left shoulder and bring it down. You're pressing that arm straight, left arm is straight. Breathe in and out. Try to keep your sits bone on the ground so you have a good base. Come back up. All right. We're going to take our right hand and bring our right hand down, wrapping it around our ankle, elbow on the inside of our leg. Take our left hand and lift it up. Gaze is up. If your hand is all the way back here, try to bring it up so that it's a nice straight line. If it's all the way down here, try to bring it up, even if you have to bend the elbow. And breathe. This is our seated side angle. Take that left hand, bring it down inside of the leg, wrapping the fingertips around the ankle. We're in reverse, other side. Right fingertips up to the sky. Breathe. Hand comes back down. I'm gonna lift up, belly and chest, and then head. Toe heel the feet, back to hips width apart. Shake it out. All right. If you can actually bring the feet all the way together, since we're doing all these twisting stretches, there's one more that I want to add. Bring your hands to heart center. Take your left elbow, wiggle your left elbow, and come and pivot your body over towards the right, and then come back to center. Pivot your body to the left, come back to center. And you feel that twist in your core. I want you to lead with that core as you come down. We'll twist back over to the right, and then you come down with your elbow, resting it either on your right leg or your left leg, or crossing it over and hooking it over, and then taking your gaze up. Continue to breathe. Keep your sits bone grounded into the seat. Squeeze your core, come up, pivot back into center. We're going to pivot over towards the left. And then just like an airplane comes down, rest our left elbow on either the right elbow on the right side, the left side, or hook it over. So wherever you go is fine. You don't have to feel like you have to cross your elbow to the outside of the opposite leg. That's just an option. It's a good destination if you want to make it a goal, but allow yourself to let that be a goal that unfolds if you feel like you have difficulty with that. Come back up, pivot back to center. Beautiful. And then undo the hands, wiggle the hands. And let's go in for a flow. Arms rise, reach up, lift up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach. Hands come to the chair. Let's start working on some of our lower body. So let's take our right foot and press it out in front of us. Heel comes down to the ground. The toes are waving hello. Sit up a little bit taller in the seat. You can stay just like this. Or you can lean forward, bringing your hands to the opposite leg. Your choice. All right, come back up. Let's do the other side. Left foot comes out, brings the heel down to the ground, toes wave hello. We find that happy spot, just that place where you feel like you're getting a stretch on your hamstring and you're stretching out the back of that knee area. Sometimes the tendons can get really short and tight, especially if you sit a lot. So this is a good way to just ease into the next round of poses by first stretching, using our yoga and our breath to help ease in to where we're going. No rushing. Come back up. Bring both feet back together. Let's do it again. This time we're going to cross our foot over. So right foot comes out first, then the left crosses. You want to hold on to the chair, you can. Soften the knees, soften the ankles. Still let the toes kind of point upwards. You don't want to be pointing them down or stretching your the tops of your feet down. You just want to have your ankles at ease. That's probably the best way. Sit up a little bit taller, and when you're ready, you can start to lean forward. Now there's some modifications where you can keep your hands on the chair or you can drop them. And if you don't want to lean forward at all, you don't have to. Slowly rise back up, belly, chest, and then head. And bring your feet back and pause for a second. Take your left foot, bring it forward, and then your right. Again, getting the legs positioned, relaxing the ankles, letting them be at ease, and then coming into that position that works best for you. All right, so if you want to hold on, or you can let go. Slowly rise up, belly, chest, and head. Roll those shoulders back, placing both feet back onto the ground. Arms rise, reach up, lift up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. And hands come down, but they wrap around the right knee. If you want to keep the toe on the ground, you can, right? But you don't have to. You're cuffing the fingertips so that the knee is completely supported. And then we're going to start to bring the knee up towards the inner arm on the right side, and then gently take all the weight, let it fall into the hands, continuing to keep the knee supported, chin into the chest. Just like we do with our cat-cow, this would be the cat part with our back protruded, chin to the chest. So the knee is pressing against it, it's stretching out our shoulders. Squeeze the core, come up, kind of come into that cow position with your back. Knee comes in towards the inner thigh, head goes up, chin away. Back down, match the breath with the movement, and then come back up. And we're going to take our foot and place it on top of the opposite thigh, coming into our seated half pigeon. Now, if your knee is like this, that's okay. I know sometimes it's just a struggle. If it's a super struggle and it's just not in your wheelhouse, go back into the extended leg forward fold that we just did, okay? So we're gonna sit up nice and tall in our seat. And we're just gonna kind of rock back and forth, just to open up our hip. The hips are an amazing place and they need to be stretched. Okay, they hold a lot of emotion and they can be tight. And if you aren't using a lot of, if you're not walking a lot, it can be damaging. It can be very damaging to the body, to the tendons, right? So we want to just be easy, and this is why we rock back and forth before just jumping into the pose. Maybe even do a couple of rolls. Breathing in and out, reverse it. Taking our time. Now, if you want to stay just like this, just sitting up in your seat, you can, or you can come down, bring your forearm to your legs and drop your chin to the chest. There's also another modification that's a tad bit more advanced where you drop your hands down, draping them to the outside of your knee and your leg, chin to the chest. So those are your options. I'm going to just do something in between. And we hold this pose for a few moments. What gives us the ability to ease into the stretch is that we hold the stretch. It's a little bit more intense maybe, but you can move your leg around. You can breathe through it. Again, nothing should be more than a moderate stretch. There are modifications, so please use those at your own discretion. Slowly, we're going to bring belly, chest, and then head up. And breathe. And bring your hands to the back of your head. Before we go on to the other side, we're going to do some sit-ups. So take your left elbow, bring your left elbow by your right knee, squeeze the core, and then come back up. Breathe in and out, come back down. We're going to do 4 of these in all on this side. And then we're going to go and take our right elbow and come over towards the left foot before we hop on to the other leg. Make sure you're breathing with each up and down movement. Take that right elbow, wiggle it, and then bring it down to the left leg, to the left foot, squeezing that core, and then coming up. You'll know the difference. Like if you're using your inner back to do this, you want to start to just press your belly forward. And even if you don't go more than a few millimeters, that's better than stretching out your back and doing it the wrong way. Eventually, you'll build up the muscle and you'll be able to be stronger. So it's this core movement that presses your chest down. It's not your chest leading you. It's belly leads and presses. So then you squeeze the belly. That should be what's moving, not the chest. Okay, it's just a practice. All right, let's take those fingertips, wrap them around. Let's rotate that ankle. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then place the foot down. And let's go through a flow before we get onto the other side. So arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach up. Lift up overhead, stretch up high, and then take those hands, swoop them down, interlace those fingers, bringing them around the left knee. Remember, you can start out kind of simple with the toe on the ground, but if you can, just kind of hover. We're going to do sort of like that cat-cow, chin tucks down into our chest. Our cat expands, that scared cat. Think of a scared cat with a scared back. And then we're going to come up, lifting up through into that cow pose. But this time we have our knee and it's coming towards our inner arm on the left side. Look up. And then we roll back down. And all of this gets us ready. Come back up. All of this gets us ready. 2 more times. It's just a gentle way to get into a complex kind of pose. Come back up. And then bring that foot onto the top of the right thigh. And just like we did on the other side, we're going to start out pretty simple. We're going to just do some rolls, maybe leaning forward and back. Actually, let's start out just leaning forward and back like we're rocking. Breathing in and out. Imagine that you're actually sending your breath to your thighs and to your hips and to any other place that you feel like you need to loosen it up a little bit. Remember, if you're like this, that's okay. You're just kind of rocking a little bit different. You can always go back to this extended leg forward, extended leg as well, forward fold. So if you really can't do this, go back to that pose that we did before this set. We're going to start to do some rolls. Breathing in and out. Keeping your sits bone completely grounded on the chair, whether you're on the right side or the left. That helps because you're moving the hips more than anything. And once you know that each hip is kind of still pressing on, you just feel the weight distributing differently. It's a lot different than lifting up the whole side of the body. You want to keep yourself grounded on that chair. All right. All right, let's get ready to come forward. Find your happy zone, coming into your seated half pigeon. Remember, you can sit up just like this. Arms, forearms, chin to the chest, or advance, drooping the hands over. Each one, too, you might have to move the ankle around, and that's okay. Now we'll do something in that happy medium space. Again, listen to your body. And we hold this pose, so just breathe in and out, breath by breath. Slowly come up, belly, chest, and then head. Pause for a second. Bring your hands to the back of your head. Take that right elbow, wiggle it, twist that body, twisting from the pelvis, come down, belly towards the thigh and back up. 4 times on this side, and then we'll switch over to the other. Breathing in and breathing out. And let's go to the other side. And we come back up. Take those hands, scoop up that leg, rotate the ankle, and bring the foot down to the mat. See how we're doing on time here. Arms rise, reach up, lift up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms rise. And we're going to actually come up to standing, squeezing the core, coming up, rising into mountain pose. And come behind your chair. Okay. So we're going to come straight behind our chair. We're going to start to do just to notice what our balance is today. We're not going to do the other thing to the side. What we're going to do is we're going to just take our tippy toes, bring them into the ground and lift up our heels and then lower it down. Let's do that 2 more times. Notice how you feel on each side of your body. Notice how your feet are. Maybe you need to give yourself a little bit more space between your legs or vice versa. All right, kind of rotate around a little bit with your hips. Feel where the weight is being distributed. And then balance yourself out, coming to center. Beautiful. We're going to start out with a down dog. So take a step back with both legs. Bring your head to the top of the chair unless you want to come to the second rung. And you can just start to walk your dog out. And if you want to just stay still, you can do that too. If you're on the more advanced downward dog, your hands are down here. It looks like this. And breathe. Slowly, we're going to come up, belly, chest, and head, and walk ourselves forward. Mountain pose. So take your right arm and lift it up. If it's okay, take both. You can lift them both up. But if you want to hold on, or you don't even feel like you want to let go at all, you can take your fingertips and just hold on to the top of the chair. So those are your options. And breathe. So right hand is up. We're going to take our, we're going to actually take our arm and bring it back down to the chair. And then take our right foot, bring it back behind us. Come down, allowing the weight to fall into the left knee. So our right foot is at a 45-degree angle. We're going to square our body and square our hips so that we're square with the chair in front of us. Okay, and the way we do that is we bump that left hip back and bring that right hip forward. Both hands are on the chair. This is our warrior one. If you want to take both hands and lift them up, it looks like this. Or if you want to do just one with your right arm up, it looks like this. I'm going to do the in-between for everything, okay? So if you know it, you can go for the advance. And if you don't want to go take the mid-range, you're welcome to keep both hands, the more light yoga. Open up, come into warrior two. Sit a little bit lower in your seat. Squeeze the core, twist the body forward. Take that other hand, maybe you can keep it here if you like, on your chair, but the right hand is going to come behind you. And now you're going to look over your left shoulder. So right hand is behind you. You're looking over the left. Slowly, you're going to lean your shoulder towards the chair, the left shoulder towards the chair, and then reverse back. The right hand is going to come to your thigh, reverse warrior. If you want to go in for a bind, you can go in for a bind or grab your clothes. If you're doing the reverse warrior with your hand just completely lifted, it looks like this. If you're in the modified pose, fingertips are on the chair, but you're leaning away from that chair. We're going to pivot around. Square we go. Come back to center. Bring our right foot back to meet our left. Lift up on those toes. Come back into that downward dog. And breathe. Notice how your right foot and your right leg feels. Maybe walk the dog out again. If there's anything you need to do in making adjustments, this is the time. We're going to come back up, belly, chest, and head. Bringing both the feet forward. Coming back into mountain pose. Okay. Take our left hand. Make sure that we're stretching up, because this is going to be the side that we lead on. You want to bring your hand back to the chair, you can, or you can just open up and giving yourself a little gap in your legs. Left leg goes back. Take that right hip, bump it back while the left hip comes forward and you're square with the chair in front of you. Sit a little bit lower in your lunge. Squeeze the core, squeeze the glutes, okay? And squeeze the thighs like you got a ball or something in between your thighs. This is what it looks like with both hands on the chair. And then with one hand up, that's the preferable way, you want to bring the left hand, because that's going to open us up into warrior two. And if you have both hands and you're in that completely advanced pose, it looks like this. Again, I'm going to be midway. So we're going to take that left hand, extend it out, sit a little bit lower. We're looking over our right shoulder. Left hand is behind us, warrior two. We're going to take our shoulder, lean it towards the chair, the right shoulder towards the chair, and then reverse back, come into reverse warrior. If you want to bring your hand up, you're welcome to do that, or you can keep it on the chair, but leaning your body away from the chair, more down the left side. Okay, come back up, pivot that body, squaring once again, bringing both hands, coming out of the warrior, stepping back behind the chair, mountain pose. And then come into your downward dog. And shake it out. And we're going to come back up, come behind standing at the chair, and do one last lift on our heels. Slowly lower those heels down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Come to sitting back on your chair. How are we doing? We're doing great with time. Awesome. Come back to our chair. Yes, yes. We're going to do our final flow to class, and then we're going to come into Savasana. All right. So feet hips width apart. We reset. Arms rise. Last flow to class. Make it count. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale. Yep, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching up, stretching up, big smile on your face. And come out of that mountain pose and bring your hands to the tops of your thighs. Yes, beautiful. Relax the shoulders. Maybe close the eyes. Relax the body, melting once again into the base of the chair. Your feet melting into the floor beneath you. And just breathe. Maybe your legs actually fall apart from one another. There's no need to be rigid here, but just let go. You can congratulate yourself on a job well done. And try to keep this beautiful energy with you as you lay here in Savasana, knowing that you earned this. If you like to stay in Savasana, you can do so as long as you like by leaving this session out. Otherwise, we will close class together. When you're ready, you can begin to kind of fidget with your feet and your hands. Bring in some intentional breath with this idea to reset, to come back into the space, fully you, fully awake, fully present. Opening your eyes and taking a few more breaths, taking it easy. Bring your hands to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day, and namaste. Thank you. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing.
Thanks, Rochelle.